All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the iCode channel. Oh man, I was just getting in the mood. Check out this little device, the C64 Mini. And I've got it working with the Atari Joystick and brings me back all the childhood memories, as well as even a Atari 7800 dual button joystick. And I am going to show you how to do that with a very few simple steps. You could do it actually in two ways, and I'll show you both ways. One is you can update the firmware right on the device itself to make it compatible with this little device called the iCode Duo Plus Pro or the Duo Plus. They're both can work with this unit, or you can run Carousel. I'm going to show you both. Right now I do have Carousel running in the background, and it's the standard Carousel. You can see it here. And as I move the joysticks, you can see, in fact, it is functioning. And I can go left and right, I can go down and up, and I can also press the fire buttons. For example, if I want to go into settings, and I can press, both joysticks are working, and it's working quite nicely. So, in order to, let me go back. How do I go back? I want to make sure I don't screw this up. I will go back with pressing the menu button. Okay, so this little nifty device has two ports. As you can see, I've got two joysticks connected. It also has a LCD screen that will show you reactions to your sticks as you move them, so you know the device is working for troubleshooting. It also has buttons that can be mapped to different buttons on the computer, and I'll be showing you some of that as well. And this device can also make you work with, for example, guess what? A Genesis controller. So even Genesis controllers will work with your Mini, and even Coleco Vision controllers will operate as well. It does support paddles, but I haven't tried paddles yet with the Mini yet. I will probably do that at a future date. With paddles, there is mouse emulation on the device. I do know it works with Arkanoid and that on Mammy. I have not spent a lot of time on the Mini yet on the mouse because of the latest firmware update. But so let's get started, because I do want to show you how I got this setup going. The reason, if you just plug this in straight and you turn it on, when you move things left and right, it's not going to work. Unfortunately, it will not react to your movements. And the reason for that is this is a dual port device, and none of the game controllers that are pre-programmed for the C64 Mini and Maxi, or any of these devices that run that use that game controllers DB database, do not support dual HIDs on a single USB port. I've got this two connected here. It's going to a USB port. Actually, it's going to this hub, small hub, because I also have my keyboard connected, and it's going right in the device directly to that. I also have got Carousel running on a USB. I think it's a 16 gigabyte stick that's not very fast, but it does work. I've got Carousel loaded on there, and that's how it's connected. So in order to get a dual device to work, you have to modify the game controllers db.txt file. And I'll show you exactly where you need to do that. And you can do that in two ways. You can do it directly on the firmware, or you can do it in Carousel. So I've got Carousel connected. I'm going to show you that first, what I did to get it to work in Carousel. Then I will show you how to directly do it without Carousel if you don't want to bother with Carousel. So let me go ahead and shut down this little nice device, and I will take out the USB drive so you can see how it works. I've got this button mapped to the menu when you're in the game. But actually, before we jump into the change, let's see if I can show you actually how a game works, right? So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find a two-player game. I think I was playing one earlier. Oh, this was a good one. Ball Blazer. Okay, let's go ahead and give Ball Blazer a shot, and I will start it up. Second to start up over here. All right, there we go. Now, notice, as I move up, it moves down, left, oops, right. So it is already working even in the intro screen. That's joystick 1, and then joystick 2 is the top. Because this is a two-player soccer style game that you try to score against each other. So I'm going to go ahead and press some of these buttons here. I think I've got this one mapped. You see it's humans. It's set for 3 minutes. I'm going to press this one here to make it, maybe 5 minutes long. And then F7 on the keyboard is to begin the game. And there we go. So that's player 1. And then we got player 2 over here. See, we see where the ball is. Here it is. There we go. I got the ball. Gotta go score. There we go. Yes. And score. Alright, so that kind of gave you a feel that dual sticks are working with buttons. And I'm going to go ahead and press the menu button here. And I'm going to go ahead and exit the game button. And then I'm going to go ahead and go down to settings. I'm going to shut down the device. I want to take out the carousel so I can show you where I made the change. Okay, now that it's shut down, I'm going to go ahead and take out my USB stick here. And this is a simple 16 gigabyte one here that's running carousel. I think it's not the latest version that just came out a couple of days ago. We're already in 2024. Happy New Year, by the way. And but it's the one version before that. I could not get the latest version to work at all on my Mini. I think they probably going to patch it, but the prior version to that, I think it was 363. That's the one I'm using on here. I'm going to go ahead and actually put it back in here and then connect it to my computer so I can show you the contents. Got my computer here. I'm going to turn it on, and we're going to see here it is. So when you look at the drive, there's a lot of stuff going on over here. This is where all the games are. I've got several lists on Carousel, but the easiest thing to do is just do a search and type game controller E. Now it'll find a bunch of them. I've got the C64 Mini or Maxi. If those are the two that you're using, this is the one that you want to edit. These other ones are for the Amiga, and there's some backup ones here and so on. But the one that you want is the one that says the 64. There's two of them that say the 64. This one's in the backup folder, so you don't want this one. But the first one is in the options directory under C64 STL controllers. It's both for the C64 and the A500. I'm going to just open this up and with Notepad, and I'm going to go ahead and don't do a word wrap. And then if you scroll down, you'll see this is the one line I added. I'm going to go ahead and post this in the comment section so you have what you need to insert. So you just want to make sure you add this line to the controls DB, and that's pretty much it. Once you add this and you make sure you save, and you save the file, Then you eject, right? You eject it out. It's currently in use. I'm going to switch to drive C and then eject it out. All right, now it's safe to remove, and I will remove it. But before we move on, that's pretty much all that was to it, and it would work. But how about if we don't want to use carousel? What if we want to just directly connect it, get this thing to work? So in order to do that, what you want to do is you want to download a copy of X Windows that's on the C64 community as well. Just search for X Windows, download the file, and put it into the root of, unzip it and put it in the root of the SD card. That's all I did here. And I'm going to go ahead and put that SD card in instead of the carousel. Show you. And but before we put it in, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the device without anything in it, because that's how you have to start. Let the unit start up. Okay. There we go. Hold it down. Red light's on. Good news. All right, so this is the stock firmware. I've already updated the controllers DB file on here, but I'll show you exactly where it is and how I did it. So you'll see it's working for me even without carousel, just like I showed you before. So the way I did that is I put that X Windows SD card in like that, put it in. The SD card at the bottom will show up over here. You can see that. So once the SD card's shown up, of course you want to do that while you have your normal the 64 stick here, this one here, because obviously your Atari joystick won't work when you start. So just start with your regular stick, go down to the settings area, and then you want to go to system information, and it'll see the firmware, which is the X Windows firmware. Don't worry, this doesn't make any changes to your device. Just say apply, and that will basically boot up X Windows for you. And we're going to need a mouse. Okay. Hold on just a second. I'll be right back with a mouse. All right, I've got my mouse connected. I just put a USB mouse, and this is a wireless one. I put it into the hub I have over here, and my mouse is operating. Let me go to zoomed in more so you can see. Here it is. So in order to be able to get this to work, what we need to do is you'll notice this over a little bit, and it doesn't refresh very well. Don't worry about that. Just go to the UI folder, and under the UI folder you'll see data, and then here's that game controllers DB. Again, all I did was open it up. X Windows is really funky. There we go. And scroll down. Eye area. Might have to kind of like put up and down with the keyboard. The right line. I have refresh issues, but it doesn't matter. Here it is. That's that exact same line from before. I simply added it here. To make things simpler, you might want to create a text file and put this in the root of the drive before you boot to X Windows. That's what I did, because if you look at my USB drive, I'd actually copied game controller DB here, and it had it. So I simply opened that one first, and I had basically, highlighted the section I wanted, which was the iCode one. I had gone down to the iCode section. Crash issues is the problem here. Here it is. So I simply went in the beginning of that line and highlighted the iCode, and I copied it, and then I opened up. Once I could right click to copy. I copied it, and then I closed it up, and then I opened the one that's in the C64. This is the where you want to go. And as I said, under UI, under data, this is the one you want to open, and then go down there, and you can paste. You have to keep both files open at the same time to paste. I didn't copy it correctly, but anyway, you will just make sure that you add that line. You can also add it to the end or to the beginning. The position doesn't really matter. I put it in alphabetical order just so that it was in the right place. Right over here where I added it. So just make sure you got the right text from the YouTube text, and once you do that, you simply go to the file menu and save, and take the USB drive out. We'll shut down first. The way you shut down is you go here, corner, log out, log out. That shuts down the device, and once it's shut down, it's rebooting actually. Then you can, well, it'll reboot to regular C64 anyway. So you can take this one out, and then your sticks will work if you plug them in and restart one more time. All right, I think that's all I had to show for that. But one other really important thing I think I forgot. Make sure that the settings for the sticks are set for D-pad instead of left. Probably should have said that in the beginning. I hope you guys didn't shut me off. But you just push the red and the green button at the same time to get to the menu. And once you're in the menu, let me exit this. There we go. Silent for now. Okay, so you push the red and the green at the same time, and see how it says stick as D-pad? That's what you want it to say, and green changes it. So it's probably by default set to left. You want to make sure you change it to D-pad. That's really important. And I'm going to turn driving controllers off. Somehow I turned on driving under the black. This driving on. I'm going to turn it off. How it's supposed to be. And keyboard you can leave on. And then I'm going to go ahead and push yellow button to go out. So it needs to be on D-pad for it to work. That's how I had it. If you miss that, make sure you check that as well, and then you should be all set. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, add them to the comments or reach me at www.icode.com. There's a contact us form there that you can reach me at. There's a community forum on icode.com we just published, so I'm hoping that more and more questions will come in over there. And I am fairly new to the C64 community, but I plan to play some of my favorite games like Mule. And I do have a 4-port version of this device that plays with 4 players. I have not tried it with a Mini or Maxi, but I'm pretty sure it will work because it's very similar to this device, except just has 4 sticks. And then hopefully in the future I'll be able to get the paddles to also operate, and I will share that video with you once I am able to spend some time on it. Thank you again, and until next time. Bye-bye.